I have a story for you today of just good old-fashioned extremist homophobia, and it's about West Virginia Republican Eric Porterfield. Eric Porterfield says that he would drown his children if they turned out to be gay, but you've got to know how to understand the language that he's using. During this interview on WVVA, I will tell you that he wore the requisite MAGA hat during the interview. He called LGBT people a modern day KKK, which is sort of weird since he seems like a guy that would like the KKK, but he seems to be saying the KKK is bad because LGBT people are like the KKK. Anyway, I'm going to play the clip for you, but we're going to do audio only, and I apologize for that. The reason is that the video is from a local news station, and as I've mentioned before, local news stations are really litigious with copyright claims. Even though I believe we are using their clips as under fair use, we are doing an analysis of what the content is. They immediately slap us with copyright strikes and our YouTube channel gets all messed up. So we're going to just play audio for you. You can find the video online if you want it. Listen, and then he's going to use the code "I would see if they can swim" for drowning. And notice how quickly the interviewer simply says okay and moves on to the next thing. I would like to see her actually question the guy and say, "Are you saying you would drown your children if they were gay?" She doesn't, but that's what he's saying.
Ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a adorable daughter and a precious son. What would happen if a few years from now, when they're teens, young adults, they came to you and said that they think that they might be gay or lesbian?
Well, I will address my daughter first, as I would take her for a pedicure, take her to get her nails done, and see if she could swim. If it was my son, I would probably take him hunting, I would take him fishing, and I'd see if he could swim.
What do you mean you would see if they could swim?
I just want to make sure they could swim.
What do you mean by that?
That's it. I mean, I'd take them out to do activities.
Okay. So there have been...
Yeah, so this guy's a piece of work, but before we get to that, there was an opportunity here for the interviewer to go viral, okay? If the interviewer responds directly with, "When you say, see if they can swim, do you mean drown your children because they're gay?" And that would have been that would have been instantly viral as hero news reporter, at least among sensible people. The right would have called for her firing. So let's talk more about this guy. Last week during a floor debate at the West Virginia legislature, there was a discussion about a bill which would ban the protection of LGBT people with anti-discrimination laws. Eric Porterfield actually used the word fag during the debate, okay, during the floor debate about banning anti-discrimination laws. The position that he is sort of assembling from his different political points of view is that abortions are bad, but drowning your kids because they're gay is apparently not so bad in the completely deranged world of Eric Porterfield. This is why the left can't compromise with some elements of the right. People like John McCain, you can compromise with, you can find common ground. Do we agree on foreign policy? Do we agree on all social issues? Of course we don't. But he's a normal person that you can actually compromise with on some issues. How do you compromise with a guy like this, Pat? He shouldn't even be allowed near children, never mind being in a position to make political decisions. And this is why I think that there is an element of the right that the idea of bipartisanship might make sense, but you cannot do anything with a person like this.
Yeah, this guy needs to go. He should not be an elected official. Whatever happened to loving the sinner but hating the sin? I don't know. And especially it's even crazier because these are his actual kids, right? These are people who he presumably knows and loves. And he was willing to throw them in the water and see if they can swim if he finds out that they're gay. Come on.
Yeah, and oftentimes you will see that the one thing that gets people on the right to reconsider their completely hateful views is when you give them a scenario that says, well, hold on, what if your child or your sister or whatever? And with some conservatives, as horrible as it is, once they imagine themselves suffering from something, they can sometimes say, you know what, maybe I do need to revisit my view. And it's depressing that that's what it takes. But with some of them, it does take that. And at least that changes their perspective. With this guy, it's about his kids, and it still didn't even work. And this gets me back to thinking about the importance of local races in politics, because this is a guy in the West Virginia legislature. And I know that if you live in Boston or New York or in the country in Wyoming, this guy's decisions don't impact you. But the right's understanding of the importance of getting people that are aligned with them in lower positions of power all over the country has worked really well, and the left needs to be building their farm team. Not that this guy, I mean, listen, Trump's president, so who can say, but not that this guy's ever going to be president, but the importance of politics at the local level should not be forgotten, and this guy should be a reminder of that to all of us. Today's program is sponsored in part by Sprezabox, who are offering everybody in our audience a bunch of really cool free stuff. Sprezabox is a company based in New York City, and they are going to make your life a lot easier and save you money when it comes to keeping up with men's fashion. Because when you sign up for Sprezabox, you'll get a totally new box sent to your door every month with 5 or 6 hand-picked accessories and pieces of clothing. You'll get things like really stylish socks, neckties, high-end sunglasses, wallets, watches, bracelets, high-quality pens, and hair combs. The list goes on, but it's all really nice stuff, must-haves for any guy who's wanting to update his wardrobe. I got some really cool stuff in my Spreza box, including a money clip, as well as a very nice pocket square and some really good-looking socks, all of which are very, very cool. The Spreza box subscription is just $25 a month, but you definitely come out ahead because every box, every single month is guaranteed to have items with a combined value of over $100. So they make it easy to keep your outfits fresh, but you're also getting a lot of bang for your buck. And it makes a really great gift for a guy in your life. Everyone in our audience can get 1 month totally free when you click the link underneath this video and use the promo code Pakman. That's Pakman.